Wow, this far into the match, that is a big point. The observer awarding the point to Cal. They now are up 13-12, Ben.
Nice to be at this point in the tournament where you have the absolute best observing crews there. That observer actually wrote the observing system being used at this Nationals. He's the best person to make the call.
Well, if you're a Cal fan, you're certainly liking the call at this point, inching them closer to the spot in the final that they have coveted throughout this tournament. But Brown, they are definitely going to have something to say, starting with this chance on offense.
A little bit of cold sweat on the palms now. They must score any turnover here, and you've got your back against the wall looking at the loss.
Speaking of backs against the wall, way deep in the end zone right now. A chance for Cal to perhaps steal one here, literally.
Blade over the top will get him out of some of the pressure. But it looks like they can't break it much past that. They're going to have to go back through this zone defense again.
Trying to set up. Oh, huge hammer by Vandenberg. Hopkins pulls it down, and then he dishes the backhand to Bowman for the score.
A strange double helixing throw that allowed the offensive player to see it, but neither defender could get a good read. Cal's got to be happy with that position. They forced the most difficult throw possible right there. Should have had the D, though.
Two defenders go up. The offensive player, Hopkins, comes down with it, and then it's just an easy backhand to Bowman. We're tied.
Let's take this game. Let's take control right now. We have timeouts if you need it.
Welcome back to the 2004 UPA College Ultimate Championships semifinal action between Brown and Berkeley, and what a semifinal it has been. Craig Hummer along with Ben Wiggins. At this point, Ben, it is anybody's game. They each stand on 13 points. The game is to 15, and you must win by 2.
While Cal has the advantage of having the disc right now, you'd almost rather be on defense here and in Brown's shoes, so then all the pressure is on the other team. Right now, Cal's got to be a little bit worried, especially going backwards to start.
Sonka able to really almost lay out for that dump. Not probably what he wanted to do, but it keeps it alive for Berkeley.
Bart wait on the Dan Hodges gets way up on Will Arnold. Pulls that thing down. He's going across the field, and he's found his man. That's 14 points, George Mittendorf.
Berkeley answers. They stand up to the pressure. 1 point away from advancing to the championship game.
You see the throw here, confident, taking it to the other side of the field. Doesn't look like it's any different than a day out in the park throwing. Dan Hodges is a cool customer at this point in the game.
Sonka getting set for the pull. Really needs to pin Brown back deep. Strategy right now, you've been in this situation. What do you do?
On offense, you want to look to stay aggressive and stay with exactly the same thing that's got you here. Try to make little changes, and you're just feeding into what the defense wants.
Now the pressure is on Brown. They must answer.
Hodges is going with a different mark on Vandenberg. He knows Vandenberg wants hammers. He's marking him straight up with his hands high, allowing backhands and trying to make Vandenberg put that hammer just a little bit higher, give the defense a chance downfield.
Puts it into the center of the field, opening up a few options. MacArthur back to Vandenberg.
He's got that hammer cocked again.
He's just got to dump it off.
They get yards every time they take one of those little dumps. If they can move it around the field, they can methodically work it into the end zone.
You really can see that hand position on the disc of Vandenberg. He does want that hammer throw, doesn't he?
He sure does. He's not even looking at his swing at this point. He's even pointing out his hammer. He has got to hold that disc and just keep possession.
The intensity level has increased just a little bit right now. Oh, does he get it? Are they going to give it to him? What a catch.
Absolutely saved. Wrong-footed a defender. Maybe should have been blocked, but saved downfield. That's a lucky one for Brown.
Bowman keeps the dream alive.
Vandenberg's going hammer again.
There's the hammer right there. Does he find somebody?
Oh, Zip goes way up. The 5'9" Zip. This guy's 3 people for that disc. He is single-handedly keeping him in this game.
Huge play.
And now we're back to square one. Vandenberg has it. Can he be patient?
Another hammer, going for it again, but it looks as though their luck finally ran out. It'll go out of bounds, and that should be a turnover to Berkeley.
It's just like what we've been talking about, Craig. You can only throw those difficult throws so often and not make the defense adjust.
He went to the well one too many times. Now a chance for Berkeley to close out this game and book themselves a date in the final.
This thing is over with one throw if they can do it.
Sonka, great job to come back for the disc. Talk about one throw. Does he lay out? No.
George Mittendorf, one of their best athletes, sent him deep. Just missed.
That was a heck of a huck, and that's an understatement. Mittendorf laying out, and just off of his fingertips, that's going to leave a mark.
I hope they're not too disappointed, though. They've got Brown backed up against a zone that Brown hasn't been able to beat. The only way they've gotten through it is by hucking it up and hoping Zip saves them. If Cal can keep them stuck in their own end zone, they can make short work of this zone point.
Off of the incompletion, Brown has the option to bring it out to the goal line, and that is what they do.
Sometimes you could see them playing it from the back of the end zone just because they have a fast break, but right now they need to take their time and regain their composure. Throw some easy throws. Make it simple. So close on the defensive bid.
MacArthur handling at the moment.
Brown has got to be freaked right now. None of the easy stuff is working.
Hopple trying to get rid of it. Finally has to use just a little backhand dish.
There we go. Starting to move the disc side to side. Realize that the other team is just as tired as you are.
Vandenberg has been literally the center of this team, controlling the action throughout the game. Hopple has it once again. At this point, you got to be looking for your superstar Zip, correct? I mean, there he is right now.
Absolutely. But to set him up, more people on Brown's team could be moving. When you see from behind the handlers, you can tell that downfield they're waiting for a throw. They're not moving to open places or actively trying to get the disc.
Vandenberg goes for a hammer again. Finds Zip right there.
Pretty good bet at this point in the game. He's been perfect so far.
Hopple. Zip on the cut. Couldn't get open. Vandenberg with the cut. He goes across all the way to Arnold.
You can see Vandenberg's little motion opens up a swing through the middle. If they can do that a couple times and get some motion downfield, they could break the zone open. They're only 10 yards away.
They go back to Vandenberg on the dump.
He's looking around for options. He doesn't see what he wants. He throws it up in the end zone. There's only 3 Cal players there.
That had to be a miscommunication. Without a doubt, Vandenberg has been so steady all day. Garcia hucks it downfield. Mittendorf pulls it down. He's got somebody open. Look at that, the feed to Sonka. It is over. Berkeley will go to the final. They advance by the score of 15-13 over a tenacious Brown team. Just not enough, Ben.
Craig, we saw a first half that was very clean, a lot of offensive points, but in the second half, defense ruled, and a high turnover count game anybody could have won.
Brown had a lot of weapons, and it's disappointing that one team can only advance, but great play by Berkeley throughout the match.
Well, I mean, we knew what type of team they'd be coming in. They were smart, they were patient, and didn't turn it over much, and they played hard. We knew all those things, and it was just what we expected.
Pat Korn giving props to the Brown team, but to come so close, one step away from the championship, you never feel great.
It was a great game. We had the disc a couple times to get that break, and we just couldn't put it over. They're a great team. They made some incredible catches down there at the end, and we couldn't come up with them. So.